In my 850 hours of Dark Souls 3 PvP, I have went from a novice to a veteran, and every step of the way, I have loved it. I want other people to get into this game just as I have, so I have compiled this list of 5 weapons that I believe both beginners and masters can get a great deal out of. Hope you enjoy. Cestus may not be the most flashy weapon, it may not do the most damage, and it definitely isn't the longest, but it gets the job done. There are not many weapons you can use in the game and get more consistent play with. The Cestus has decent damage for its amazing speed, but what really makes this weapon is the weapon art and moveset. Whether you are ganking or invading with a covenant or not, Perseverance makes all the difference in the world. When you really think about it, Perseverance might just be the best weapon art in the game. You basically have a get out of jail free card for the cost of very little FP. And when you consider that its weight is only 1/2, you can either use it as a side weapon or put on the heaviest armor you can find and go ham. Not only can you save yourself, but you can save others. It's an amazing weapon art and weapon for supporting your team through applying pressure or taking it for them. Truly, the ability to not get sunlocked in a game like Dark Souls 3 is incredible. The damage absorption is just an added bonus. The moveset is great as well. You can use the L1 while parried for chase downs, or the R1 to L1 combo for catching opponents off guard. And the weapon has pretty good DPS on top of it being buffable. If you're ever in a position where you have to trade, Cestus is about the best thing you can do that with. Because the weapon has such low stat requirements, it can be used on any build. Not only that, but you can use it as a parry tool as well, although this isn't as good as a main or side weapon. When you combine all of the above, you get a weapon that's great at supporting your team and playing both passively and aggressively. The weapon art makes team fights so much easier, and the great speed and moveset allow a high skill cap for experts and a great way to learn the game's PvP and mechanics for beginners. The Rongroo Curved Sword is probably the best weapon on this list, and I really do mean the best of the best. The number one thing that makes this weapon absolutely broken is the moveset. Everything else is complementary. If you were to fight someone who's equally as good, has the same stats, and is using this weapon with pretty much anything other than a light curved sword or dagger, you are at a disadvantage. However, that's not to say it's overpowered. Just as with almost any other weapon in this game, if someone is half as good as me, I can probably beat them with any weapon. The light curved sword moveset is broken purely for its neutral R1. It is the 4th fastest attack in the game with much better damage than anything faster than it. You have to understand just how fast it is and how much a decent player can shut down others in PvP. But what sets this weapon apart from the others is its versatility. It may be one of the more short light curved swords, but it has a lot going for it. The Grue has some of the best damage out of any in its class, low stat requirements, and inherent poison. Even though the weapon art can leave much to be desired at times, the inherent poison more than makes up for that. With how chaotic ganks can be, having the option to completely negate Tears of Denial and keep up insane pressure with the damage over time can be a great boon. Because of the low stat requirements and the high damage, this weapon can be used on just about any build. And when you combine it with the fact that everything else about this weapon is pretty amazing, it can be of a great use to both students and masters. Just make sure to two-hand it though. The weapon that every new player glosses over as the main weapon. Two-handed dagger R1 is just about the fastest melee attack in the game, which means that it can shut down any other purely from being able to hit them before they can hit you. That's insane, but that's not what this weapon is known for. It's known for its crits and its quickstep. When you consider the fact that crits, whether that be a backstab, parry, or guard break, are the most satisfying thing you can do in PvP beyond just winning, and that this weapon is designed around getting those crits, you have an amazing package. And its quickstep is broken. There are very good reasons why you see every top tier player keep a dagger in their inventory, and it's because of the crits and the quickstep. Quickstep in Dark Souls 3 is too good. Way too good. Dodging is already overtuned, and quickstep is basically just a better dodge in every way except costing FP. But why should you use this as your main weapon? It's fast, but you have to understand that speed opens up opportunities for both crits and quickstep. You can get a hit in with the dagger, quickstep out, and get back in without being hit. You can bait someone to attack, roll behind them, and then backstab. The dagger moveset is fast, but what sets it apart for both new and experienced players is what surrounds that moveset, and that's why the dagger is so good. The Ring Knight Straight Sword is probably the weapon with the highest skill cap in all of Dark Souls 3, except for perhaps the last weapon on this list. Range, damage, and far above all else, the moveset. Ring Knight Straight Sword has the best moveset and weapon art out of any straight sword in the game. The Ring Knight Straight Sword is also one of the longer straight swords in the game and does decent damage. The moveset is absolutely out of this world when it comes to PvP. And when you consider the fact that moveset and range are the two most important things in PvP, you get a recipe for domination. It has the standard straight sword moveset, which, when combined with its long range and exceptional weapon art, decimates your enemies. You have to understand how all three of these things flow in harmony with each swing and with each flame that this weapon sends flying away from you. The Ring Knight Straight Sword also pairs well with a shield or a crossbow. Especially a crossbow. I've had so many invasions where the hosts and their phantoms were whooping me, and I changed to this weapon with either a crossbow or a shield, and I started to dominate. Overall, this weapon has stomp potential at all skill levels, but when you get good with this weapon, you really do get good. If you take one thing away from this video, use this weapon, it will take you far. The tech is too hard to explain, so make sure you look that up if you're interested. Oh Claymore, my beloved, where would I be without you? The Claymore has been a staple of me learning PvP in each Souls game, and I still use it to this day. The Claymore has an effectively infinite skill cap. With each invasion and hour you put into it, you will get better. It's perfect to learn the game with. Poise, damage, range, and a top tier moveset. There isn't that much to say about the Claymore other than that it's really, really good. Learn to time your swings, use the R2s to your advantage in every way they let you, and above all else, roll catch everyone. Roll catching someone to death with the Claymore is beyond satisfying. It is without a doubt my favorite weapon in the series, and I know that if you PvP with it in this game, you will love it too. What's your favorite Dark Souls 3 PvP weapon? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.